Hello everyone. Indonesia is often used as an example by Muslims to claim that Islam is a peaceful and tolerant religion. As an Indonesian who is not a Muslim, I want to tell you that this is a lie. Why do I say it's a lie? Watch this video until the end. Okay? Now, Indonesia is currently one of the countries with the largest Muslim population in the world. However, Indonesia is not an Islamic country. There are 6 religions officially recognized by the government: Islam, Catholicism, Protestantism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. Beyond that, there are also followers of other beliefs, who are allowed to practice their religion under Indonesian laws. Indonesia is an archipelago consisting of many ethnic groups. There are around 1,340 ethnicities, and approximately 720 regional languages in Indonesia. Indonesia was last colonized by Japan. When Japan was bombed by America, Indonesia seized the opportunity to gain independence. At that time, Indonesian Muslims claimed that Indonesia could achieve independence because of their struggle. And they wanted Indonesia to become an Islamic state. However, many non-Muslim Indonesians opposed this idea, and wanted Indonesia to be a secular unified state, where all religions are treated equally. Eventually, it was agreed that Indonesia would be a unified state, based on Pancasila, which means 5 principles, with the motto Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means unity in diversity. So, it is true that Indonesia is a tolerant country in terms of religion and differences. But it is not because of Islam. It's because Indonesians themselves are inherently tolerant people. Islam does not make Indonesia better. Indonesia makes Islam looks better. An example often used by Muslims to claim that Islam in Indonesia is tolerant comes from regions where Muslims are not the majority, such as Bali and other parts of eastern Indonesia. They hide the fact that in regions where Muslims are the majority, Islamic Sharia law is enforced. In reality, non-Muslim religious communities face difficulties in practicing their religion and are even persecuted. The construction of churches and places of worship for other religions is prohibited in most Muslim-majority areas. In 2024, a Christian school were forced to close in Perper, South Sulawesi. On May 5, 2024, a group of Catholic students was attacked while worshipping in Banten province. One of the students was even stabbed by the Muslim mob. Such incidents are very common in Indonesia. One of the events that most clearly demonstrates Islamic persecution of other religions in Indonesia is the case of Miliana, in Medan, North Sumatra province. Muslims around the world pray 5 times a day. But in Indonesia, they use loudspeakers at a very high volume, which is disturbing. In 2016, a non-Muslim woman named Miliana asked for the volume of the call to prayer from a mosque loudspeaker to be lowered. Following that, a mob of Muslims became enraged and vandalized 3 Buddhist temples and 8 Chinese temples. In the aftermath, 20 people were arrested for vandalism, including Miliana. The court sentenced Miliana to 18 months in prison for allegedly blaspheming Islam, while 8 Muslims who were proven to have vandalized places of worships were only sentenced to 3 months in prison. Then there are others who say that Islam entered Indonesia in a peaceful way, without violence and coercion. This is also a lie. There are at least 2 major events in Indonesian history which prove that this is not true. The first was the collapse of the Majapahit kingdom due to the rebellion of the king's son, Raden Patah. Raden Patah converted to Islam, and he was incited by his religious teachers to rebel against his own father because his father was a non-Muslim. The second is the Padri War event. The narrative built by Muslims is that the Padri War was a war against Dutch colonialism. Actually, the Padri War was a terrorist attack to force the Minangkabau people of West Sumatra to convert to Islam. The regional king asked Dutch troops to help fight these jihadist rebels. So, is Indonesia proof that Islam is peaceful and tolerant? No. If someone claims that Indonesia is proof that Islam is a peaceful and tolerant religion, that person is lying. Islam is not a religion of peace and tolerance. Indeed, there are many Muslims who are good, peaceful, and tolerant. Especially in Indonesia. But they are Muslims who do not truly follow Islamic teachings. Muslims who truly follow Islamic teachings become terrorists. There are also many terrorists in Indonesia. In 1985, Borobudur Temple was bombed by jihadists. In 2002 and 2005, Bali was bombed by jihadists. And there are many other bombings that have occurred in Indonesia. Even now, Indonesian police work so hard and have formed special units to combat terrorism in the country. Do people who claim Indonesia is proof that Islam is a peaceful and tolerant religion show you all this data? No. What they show is the behavior of non-Muslims in non-Muslim majority regions in Indonesia. And they claim it as evidence that Islam is a peaceful and tolerant religion. Well, now you know that Indonesia is not proof that Islam is a peaceful and tolerant religion. That is a lie. If you find this information useful, give a thumbs up, and please share this video as widely as possible. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe button now, okay? See you in the next video.
Yang nagbawangan dari kabawan, kepalanya sungsang, otaknya diselangkang. Surganya cuma batang yang mencari lubang, selalu mimpi disayang oleh para dayang. Hidungnya belang, mulutnya lancang, suka menantang, dengan muka garang, tidak bisa menang. Kalau tidak curang, sering dapat uang, menggunakan parang, tapi ngaku dagang di tanah abang. Pengetahuannya kurang, nuraninya hilang, percaya Tuhan yang berhutang, untuk Nabi berperang, suka pembarang benci semua orang, merapok para tukang yang bekerja di ladang, memperbudak bujang dan perempuan yang malang. Baju putih dia pasang lalu pergi ke simpang, ibadahnya adalah nampang supaya dikira nyumbang, dongeng dia pegang, sejarah dia buang. Jadi tobatlah sekarang sebelum kesempatanmu melayang. Orang bawang yang sedang tegang, jangan kamu girang, jangan kamu senang, tidak ada gamang, tidak ada bimbang, neraka kamu datang, disiksa sampai ke tulang, di atas seutas bendamu akan dipanggang, sampai waktu yang panjang dan tidak terbilang, hukumanmu seimbang dengan dosamu yang kadang, jika kamu tidak pulang dari jalan pedang. Jadi tobatlah sekarang sebelum kesempatanmu melayang.